Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Shady Wheels. That was very underwhelming of an intro. I, I
Well,
swear that was supposed to be a lot more enthusiastic.
well, it was. It look, you had it there. I think that was probably as good as it was gonna get from you. But yeah, I thought that went well so far. Um, well, I guess we'll. I mean, everybody knows who you are, right? Your wheels.
Yep. I
Yeah.
am Holy. Well, my full name is Holy Wheels. Will explain the whole Shady Wheels thing. And
Okay.
oh crap.
Well,
Uh,
well, I'm Shady. I'm the part two to the duo. I'm one of Christian's oldest friends, and we'll be taking you on our adventure through Minecraft Dungeons. Hopefully, it's entertaining and informative if you don't have this game. What you'll notice throughout the game is that we're not at level 0. We're at level 23 or in mid 20s. We had to run through it a little bit for Christian to get a little bit more adjusted to the controls. I've played this game before. I've 100% of this game, so I'm playing through it just for the fun of it, to take my friend here through it, and we'll just kind of just play it as it goes.
what you also notice is the incessant rolling of my character. We have
Yeah,
tried every freaking thing under the sun.
yeah, you have just a defective right analog stick at the moment.
It,
But, bridges are going to be your worst enemy.
uh, so I hope that my misery will be to your guys' entertainment.
Well, hopefully it's not that bad. So far it hasn't been that bad. As
Not
an
compared
experience.
to how it was in the beginning.
Yeah,
That was
absolutely. Well, I guess we'll just get right into it. We'll try
alright.
not to talk over the story. We're gonna try and go back in order through the missions, and then just work our way. We have not gotten to the later levels. We just were running through, uh, pretty early, and we've gotten to maybe the second to last level before we've completed the game. But we're just gonna go
Mhm.
through and without the bonus levels, we're just gonna start off at the beginning. So, I'm gonna go ahead and send you an invite.
Do it.
All right, here we go.
And so should we explain the name?
Well, I think it probably would be better from your mouth because you're the one that came up with it.
All right. Well, basically, I had another YouTube channel that I talk about my faith a lot and all that, and yeah, and because of that, basically, this woman's gonna talk over me. But yeah, because of that, I eventually was bequeathed the name of Holy Wheels by Mr. Shady over here. And the reason for the wheels part is, yeah, I spent a bit and I'm in a wheelchair. So,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
just break the ice with that.
yeah. No, I mean, hey, that's a good origin story. Um, I guess a little bit more about me, if you're curious. Like I said, I guess I'll refer to you as Wheels. I'm, I don't know. I mean, is calling you by your name fine?
Yeah,
Well,
fine with me.
okay. Well,
Is that fine with you, or?
yeah, that's fine. I mean, well, I'm one of Christian's oldest friends. We've been friends since the fourth grade. We've known of each other though very early on. Uh,
Mhm.
but it's been quite a journey being one of Christian's friends. It's never a day that goes by that there's not something interesting going on, and that has transpired and progressed into our gaming, as you can see with his defective analog stick and all that good stuff. It's been quite a journey. Most recently, Christian went. We've been friends for a long time. He most recently
Mhm.
went to my wedding in New York to see me and my wife Tori get married, and it was awesome. And I really thank Christian for coming. But
Oh
again,
yeah,
it was
he's
one of those.
brilliant.
Oh yeah. Well, and it also did not go without adventure. I mean,
Oh
on
no.
on on his way there, Christian can tell you on his perspective of it. It
Uh,
definitely was a adventure to say the least. Is it fair to say?
oh yeah, I don't know if there's a better word for it actually.
Yeah.
Uh, my my brother came with me, and yeah, well, let's see. I lost a shoe because I nearly lost a toe. The cut wasn't that bad, but it was a relatively bad cut. Yeah, I got a cut like in between my toes, which is like really hard to like. I didn't need stitches, but it's really hard to even tape over. But yeah, and there was a lot of blood, and I bled in the nation's capital, and lost it, and I lost my shoe in the nation's capital.
Still have not found that shoe. Have not been mailed
That
said shoe. Nothing.
it
Somebody
it
somewhere
could
has a shoe.
it could still be there.
It could still be there, or somebody
Like
yoinked the shoe.
I could, and I am permanently a part of the nation's capital because
Yeah.
of my blood.
No, absolutely. But yeah, I mean that's the kind of adventures that we get into, and hopefully it makes gameplay like this and commentary over said gameplay more interesting because of our antics and things like that.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of other things. You'll hear kind of different stories over the progress of our adventures here. Anything from personal stories of us back in fourth grade, or more recent stuff, or just chatting about whatever comes to mind. Because
Mhm.
sometimes in our recent discussions, just trying to warm up playing this game, it's gotten pretty interesting for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
So it's definitely going to be one of those kinds of commentaries. But uh, right now, it's we'll kind of shift gears. If you're not really familiar with Minecraft Dungeons, more or less, it's a dungeon crawler, a very elementary dungeon crawler. Not much to
Mhm.
it. I mean, it's really made to be I would say like an introduction to dungeon crawlers, which makes it easy for me. I haven't. This
Mhm.
is really my first one. I really enjoyed it the first time I played it. It's not really difficult. The story obviously is more geared towards a younger audience. That doesn't really bother me.
Mhm.
I think it's a decent game. Um, and definitely having the Minecraft skin. I mean, there's Minecraft, in my opinion, is one of those games that's universally loved, and very little
Mhm.
people. I've never really met anybody that said that they hated Minecraft. Um, Now, I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of like Minecraft cringe out there, obviously, like with the kid at the what was it, Minecon a couple years back, asking how many
Uh,
dedicated gigabytes of RAM or whatever it
I
was
remember
required to
that.
run that. Yeah, I mean it's synonymous with when you say you play Minecraft, like you're associated with that kid
Mhm.
forever. But it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, Minecraft to me, I mean, anything with a Minecraft skin, I mean, it makes it a little bit more. It doesn't make it lame or anything like that. I mean, it kind of just makes it fun because it's a game that we play. I mean, it's still
Mhm.
actively pretty much play. But I mean, like I said, this being my second playthrough of it. I really don't mind. It doesn't really get old because I mean, this is a different build for me. That's the thing about these dungeon crawlers. If you really are familiar with them, you have like
Mhm.
different builds and things like that you can go through. I'm doing more of a heavy build, more of a tank build, I guess is the proper terminology. I'm probably gonna butcher things. What the proper way to say things is because I'm not really
Uh,
sure.
you and me
Um,
both.
yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. There you go. Um, but I mean, it's one of those things where you can play this game 1,000 times and you have a different build each time. Because I mean, I've never had a two-handed sword. I ran. I think that the last time I played this, yep. Yeah, you had a call out there, bud. Whenever you throw that TNT down.
You're gonna
uh,
hear those noises for quite a while.
yeah, like I was saying, you have like it all depends on the weapon spawn. I mean, if it's something it's good. I mean, previously I ran it was daggers. I was more of trying to be like I was more of a uh, light attacker, I guess.
Mhm.
I was using more daggers and other like light weapons, just quick attack and then run away. This is more of like more of a tank build. I'm not quite there yet with the armor, but the weapon definitely is. And you'll see through both of like our perspectives, hopefully, the different builds because Christian has a different set of weapons than I do, and we're running two
Mhm.
totally separate artifacts and things like that. But definitely going to be two different kinds of play styles.
Yeah,
And
I
then you'll.
definitely like more fast play styles.
Oh
Like
yeah.
more. I shouldn't say stealthy for this game, but like it, generally speaking, I like faster, stealthier, those kinds of builds.
Okay, so you're going to be kind of running the same kind of build that that I did whenever I played it the first time. But if you have
Hmm.
like, feel free to ask questions, dude. Whenever we get a little bit further in and you get weapons, let me know because I think I kind of remember what like the better enchantments are, and then if not, I'll just do like a quick Google search to figure it out because I'm sure somebody has a chart somewhere that I can use
Hmm.
because this game isn't new. It's still kind of it's not old, but older, but it's definitely not new anymore. But it doesn't, it doesn't make it any less enjoyable. Um,
Right.
so it's hopefully
Oh yeah.
just,
Uh, I'm loving it so far. This game, like, although like, okay.
I got
Oh,
you. I got you.
even though I love games like very in-depth stories and things like that, they do because I play them so often. They do tend to get like kind of overwhelming. It's like because you have to really think about the story a lot. So, point being, I like this because it's a story you don't really have to think about all that much, and it's just you just play and like uh, I had a better way of explaining that
Well,
in
yeah,
my
no,
head,
no, no, no.
and
You
it's
had it. You
actually
had
coming
it.
out.
You had it. I was gonna let you finish that out. Yeah, no, no, no. It's. I mean, basically, the gist of it is the Illager has that staff. I can't
Hmm.
remember the name of it, but he has that staff, and he's wreaking havoc on the people on the of the overworld. I mean, he's with the villagers, and he's releasing the pillagers and all those dark creatures and all that other stuff. Your typical bad guy stuff.
Hmm.
Just unleashing mayhem on these people.
Hmm.
It doesn't make it a, no matter who it is, the bad guy is always going to go down. Doesn't matter if it's a game that's rated E for everyone. Typically, as the saying goes, these hands are rated E for everyone. It doesn't really matter who it is, as it says. But we do not condone. We'll put a bullet up, asterisk. We do not condone the violence against children, etc. Put an asterisk up. Do not condone that. Go on record officially.
Unless it's Sealager.
Yeah, unless it's asterisk below asterisk, unless it's
If,
arch Illager.
if
Oh,
the Illager's a child,
yeah,
sorry, you gotta
yeah,
go.
yeah. No, no, no. That's only factor that's being taken into consideration. Outside of that, above stated.
We here at Shady Wheels do not condone violence and abuse of children or anyone of any
Yeah,
kind.
yeah. No, no, no. Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping that's a rolling asterisk on the top of the screen. Where,
Unless you're the Illager.
yeah, exactly. Just rolling graphic, if it's possible. If not, then it's just imagine it being there.
Unless you're the antagonist of any of the games we're gonna play.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. I will say this though, this weapon, this Heart Stealer sword, with the enchantment that's on it, I mean, it is absolutely shredding. Because we're not on like the regular difficulty, we're on one of the more beefier difficulties. I mean, this is like shredding through these illagers. I mean, it's not. It's like cutting through butter with a hot
I was
knife.
thinking, you're like, yeah, I mean, you said it, you're like shredding through people.
Yeah, I mean it's insane. And then you got the Keemstar boots on.
Yeah. What's his phrase?
It fast AF boy.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't know
Keem.
they came from Keemstar.
Yeah, that's Keemstar. Yeah,
Oh,
even though he's kind of a taboo subject on the internet, whether or not where you are, but uh,
Keemstar, if you're watching this, you're welcome for the shout out.
uh, yeah, I don't think he's a man that doesn't really need any introduction, being the kind of reputation he has on the
Yeah.
platform. But
You're welcome for the shout out by people who are just starting YouTube. As opposed to you, it's been around for however long.
yeah. Well, you'll have to look at Keem and then tell me if you ultimately regret shouting him out or not.
Oh yeah.
I was just all I said was that, and then you just like took it and ran. Like, oh, okay, all right.
I, you seeing that? Oh shoot. I don't really know anything about him.
Rewind it. Just put. Or
Um,
where we started here. All right, we didn't say anything about that.
so,
Moving on. Uh,
uh,
moving on.
the, I think our YouTube channel name is Introduction Our Type of Humor.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's one thing when you can make light of certain things, and I mean, obviously we're not in the business of making fun of making light. I mean, we'll make light of certain things, but you know, it's when you've been friends long enough, it's obviously nothing's really malicious and things like that, and obviously
Hmm.
neither of us would joke at anyone else, at each of us are each of our expenses for any reason. So, but you know,
And just to re-clarify, like if I do make jokes, it's because I have whatever I'm joking about. So
yeah.
that's how I cope.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, through humor, that's always an effective means for sure, for sure. But
But it'll always be at my own expense.
oh no, of course, of course, of course. If I've learned anything over the years, that's mainly what you joke about it, whether it being whenever you couldn't stab the milk bag in fourth grade or whatever, you know. I mean, granted, you're still bad with Capri Suns, but that's a story for another day, I suppose.
I would. When's the last time we drank Capri Suns in
I
front of
mean,
each other?
I mean, we're grown men. We don't usually drink Capri Suns, but
That is true.
I do remember the last time I did see you with a Capri Sun, you had to have help with said Capri Sun. You
Yeah,
don't
and
you
I
don't know your own
probably
strength. That's the problem, and that's been your problem for years. Is that you don't know your own strength.
uh, the bags just can't handle it.
Yeah, no, 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 no. I mean, you'd stab it almost to the table. I mean, I mean, I don't really not much more to be said there. Can you do me a favor and not go down, please?
I'm trying.
Those dudes are
I'm,
like messing you up, man.
I'm trying. I get so invested in
I know,
talking.
but this is like the first time on this mission that you've gone down as much. Typically, you're going down on those bridge segments, which you'll eventually see.
It's the milk bags
I know
taking revenge.
it's the milk bag all over again. There's nothing worse than stabbing the milk bag in that 2 to 3 second window before it before it you've realized that you've stabbed through. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I'll see if I can give Christian a graphic or a picture of a milk bag and put it up on screen or something so you can see what I'm talking about. It's like,
Anybody from the '90s, you know.
yeah, basically it's just 90s things hashtag. Yeah, no, it's they're not I feel like we weren't the only school to have them, but it's definitely one of those things that like I haven't seen it since then, and I don't think I ever will. Typically, just because of you know I I don't have public there's no public lunches for me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's not that's not one of those things that I didn't hate them. I always got the chocolate milk. What is going on, man?
I don't know.
I'm gonna get you up, but I mean, you're really making it look bad for the people right now.
Um,
Like I even said
okay.
that we rehearsed this before. Like we've been playing this for you to get the hang of it. I guess they can only imagine how bad it was before.
I don't know what it is. This has never happened. I'm usually like on top of this.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I mean,
Here I am getting just completely wrecked by spiders. I got you.
I get so invested in the stories.
We're just talking, and then it's just like, yeah, there's just some spiders attacking me. No big deal.
I forget that I'm charging into hordes of enemies.
Yeah, you have your spear ready to like lunge at some enemies, and you just you let them just beat you to death. I did find that this wind gust book is very effective because I don't know if you remember that like soul bomb thing I was running before. This thing recharges, but it can attack. It can target up to 5 enemies and just launch them up. And typically, it dispatches all like the regular guys fairly easy. So
What's it? Wind book?
yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Oh, wrong button. Oh, wrong button again. It's the updraft uh tome. It's like an enchanted book. It basically will launch him up in the air and stun them, and it'll do damage to enemies. But typically, by the time they hit the ground, they're already donezo. But it can target up to 5 enemies, and then they'll all just kind of go down. It's not too bad.
Did you show me this last night? That kind of sounds familiar.
I think I got one from one of the missions that we did, and I'd ignored it because I didn't think it was going to be any good. But that soul bomb thing ended up kind of being like it got too low a level for me to even do anything. Because I remember the hammer I was running was only doing like um, it was doing less than 70 damage. I think it was doing like 65 damage or something, which it was like somewhere below 70. And it was this thing does like quadruple that. And it's so I was the only reason I was rocking that hammer still was because it had the gravity and leeching. Well, this thing has leeching, but it also harms me, but whatever it does to damage me, it outputs it in more damage. It's like it puts it in like a critical hit. So it's kind of an interesting it's an interesting perk. I mean, and it's something they've added since I stopped playing. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Yeah, you're good. You were kind of on the edge of it. I didn't think you were going to roll into it. But
Oh, okay, this one has rails.
yeah, yeah, exactly. You're safe. You're safe. You're safe. You're safe. You're safe. I've compared Christian's hindrance for this kind of like for those of you that have played the Borderlands franchise to ClapTrap's issue.
I've never played Borderlands except for when I was like a little kid and I was one of the first ones, so
yeah,
he had to explain what ClapTrap was to me.
Yeah, the ClapTrap, he has the same issue as ClapTrap does. Stairs are his #1 nemesis. And if you know what I'm talking about, you'll know. You just know. You just know.
Both in real life and in the game.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you said it. All right, here we go. And that's one of the books. First mission. We had what? 5, 6 downs. 5, 6 downs. We're off to a good start. Great start.
I am a storyteller, not a fighter.
Players down. 5, exactly. There we go. Hey, we did it.
Did you go down once?
No. No.
Wow.
I didn't. It's okay though. I won't hold it over your head too much.
Too much.
Too much. Okay, well there you go there. And those of you that aren't really adjusted to Minecraft Dungeons, I know we didn't talk about it before, but when you start the game, typically you're doing the beginning missions to get the merchants, the blacksmith, the gift wrapper, these merchants and things like that. As the further you progress, the more merchants show up, and each one has better gear. Basically, you start all your adventures here at the mission select screen, and hopefully I have my screen up so you can see. These orange ones with the extra chests are the bonus missions you can find in stages in other hidden areas. And it basically makes it to where you get additional loot. Then you have other things like daily trials and things like that, which are neat and help you get more gear and help, give you better loot, get better gear, and ultimately have better armor and other things of that nature. So we'll move on to the second mission. If you're ready to go, we're gonna be running it on default 5, which is actually maybe let me bump it down because here we go. We'll bump it down from default 5 to default 4.
So I suck.
Well, no. Our team power isn't quite there yet. So we'll just do it to where we're at 25. So I mean, well, let's run it on default 5. I mean, we're at 25. We're 5 levels above the recommended thing. We'll give it a try, and if we get utterly wrecked, that's on me. So moving on to Soggy Swamp.
You heard it, guys. It's on him.
The what?
I said you heard it, guys. It's on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Not be blamed for this.
Yeah, it's fine. If it just ends terribly, that's on me. I'll accept full responsibility.
Meanwhile, I'm the one who was supposed to get a controller but didn't.
Yeah. We'll work that out hopefully within the next couple of episodes, we'll get you another
Oh yeah.
controller so we can remedy the bridge issue. Just try not to drop this one, would you?
Look at all those lakes. This is like one of the bridgiest levels there are, I
I
think.
know, I know, I know. All right.
Uh,
Well, the other thing is that you'll see if we have a side by side on screens. You'll see that I'm using the map when I hit down. It usually doesn't have that much. It doesn't really take away from seeing anything, just because it's not really impeding anything that I'm doing. It helps navigate levels like this where there's branching paths and things like that.
mm-hmm.
So it usually helps. Christian and I have the two different play styles for this.
Freaking Avatar over here airbending.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's fair. That's fair.
Did you change your name to Aang? That's the main character of
Yeah,
Avatar.
I remember. I'm not that, like I was telling you before, like I'm not like an expert on that show, but I do remember the basic details of him being the main character and things like that. It's just been a long time since I've seen the show. Uh, so I'm trying to catch back up, because it's like I was having this conversation with Tori a while back, like, because I tell you, I just give you a brief overview. So the first time I ran into this was when we went to Comic-Con one year, and we were going to the Black Ops, I think 4 or 3 panel, and coincidentally enough, this panel right before was the Star Wars, the Clone Wars, forget what anniversary it was, like the 10th or something, or maybe below. I can't remember exactly. Well, whenever the show first aired, I didn't watch it because I didn't appreciate it for what it was, and I didn't really give it any acknowledgement. And I don't know, I couldn't even really tell you why. So we sat at the panel, and everyone is dressed up for this panel. I mean, there is everybody from, everybody's dressed up as like Ahsoka or Obi-Wan, or there's clones. I mean, it is like a whole event in here. So we're going through the panel, and Dave Filoni's up there, and that's a name now that I really I know who that is now, because I can appreciate him because I've watched Mandalorian and some of the newer stuff that he's putting out. But he was the
Is
guy
that the guy who plays the Mandalorian?
No. He's the one that wrote it. He's the one that's one of the
Oh.
producers and wrote that. And so he's at the panel wearing his hat and everything else, and all the voice actors are up there from the original, from the show. Anakin and Ahsoka are up there, and he's going through some concept art, which is something that he also does for Mandalorian, and now through the Book of Boba, they have the concept art thing towards the end of the episode. Or like storyboard art. I don't really know what the exact terminology is of it. And he goes through that. Well, he's going through the panel, and he's like, towards the end or the midway point of the panel, he goes, "Well, we actually have something prepared for you guys, and we'll put it here on the screen." And it's this video that starts off, and it's all you see is all like the storm, the clone trooper helmets. Here I go trying to say stormtrooper, because I'm gonna get crucified if I say that. Clone trooper helmets, and you have like Rex and Cody and everybody else, and it's like it starts off, and it's like it's just taking like clips and snippets from the show, and then it's like a story left unfinished until now, and the entire room erupted. I have never in my entire life heard a room explode with cheers more than when I was in the room. I was even cheering. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was like, "Hey, what are we excited about?" And then it said on the video that they were bringing it back for like the 7th season to get closure, and that was a huge deal because I didn't even know it got canceled. And even the voice actors are up there just cheering. Everybody was hype, and it was like, "Oh my god, this is awesome!" And Dave's up there with just this big grin on his face because he knows what he did, and it was like, man, this is awesome. And Tori was really excited, and Fox and me, my other friend, didn't really know what was going on, and it was just like we didn't know what was going on. And towards the end of the panel, he was like, "You guys want to watch it again?" I think we watched that video like 4 or 5 times, and they got the same reaction every single time. It was it was just um, it was just incredible. And then as soon as the panel was over, the room cleared out, and then it was the what you call it, the Black Ops panel, and it was just one of those kinds of things where hang on one second, it was 30 minutes.